Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews, and today we have something from Long Island. This is the Southampton Public House Alt Beer from the Hamptons in Long Island. There you go. This is a Dusseldorf style ale, and let me see. Oh my goodness gracious! This is actually bottled by a licensing corporation of Southampton Bottling, and it's actually bottled in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. We know many places that get bottled in Wilkes-Barre, don't we? But actually, Southampton Public House actually has a brewery in Hampton, Long Island. So why it didn't come from there, I don't know. I'm assuming either because this is bottled, it's not brewed. I mean, apparently this is brewed in Southampton, so I'd rather not have one that is possibly bottlenecked in traffic and has to travel at least, half a day or whatever in traffic and stuff to get to the place, to get processed, to get blah, 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 and then finally get bottled. You know what I mean? That kind of might lose some of the freshness of the beer when you bottle it. But, let's see. Most folks from the Northeast go to Florida when November arrives. Yes, most rich folks. Apparently this is really catering to the Hampton folks. But you know what? Normal people don't. They have one house. Anyway. Phil Markowski. I know his name. Phil Markowski. Back in 1995, Phil headed to Dusseldorf, Germany to taste famous alt beers in the region, or of the region. Alt are unique. Alt means old, by the way. Less fruity than most ales with a crisp, drinkable, less fruity than most ales, but with a crisp, drinkability. That's why I got straight up of a lager. It is a lager. It's a dark, a very different type of lager. So what did Phil bring back from his trip? Authentic German ingredients and a recipe for an alt beer that will surprise your senses. One taste and you'll be happy that Phil decided not to go to Florida too. There you go, there's a picture of Phil right there. See it? There we go. I've had alt beers. I've had many German alt beers in Germany, and I loved every one. I've had a couple when I came to the States again, and I hated every single one of them. So there you go. Apparently this is supposed to be authentic. I'm using my Elk Creek glass for this one. It's actually a little light. This is actually the same color as Yingling. So, I mean, I've had, most alt beers I had were almost a dark brown. You get a malty, kind of a rich sweet malt. I want to say a slight of more spicy pepperiness. Almost smells like a light double bock. Cheers. It's not bad. It's a good, more roasted lager, basically. What they're missing is, to me, alt beers are almost dunkel beers. Dunkel, the dark beer. They have a little bit of a bump up with they have this thing. They're not quite Dunkless beers, and they're not quite Bock, lagers. They're not quite Dunkless lagers, and they're not quite dark lagers or Bock lagers. But there's something in between, and they're very, very good. This one's okay. I'll give it that. It's okay. It is mildly sweet with slight bitterness. You know what it tastes like? This one actually tastes to me like Newcastle Brown. And that's a brown ale. So that's what this one tastes like. This one almost tastes like a lager, because actually Newcastle Brown Ale is basically a brown lager. It doesn't taste like an ale, it tastes like a lager. That's what this one tastes like. It tastes like Newcastle. You actually get a couple. You actually get some sweet fruit. Yeah, you actually get a little bit of a sweet, like orange peels and stuff like that. More of a sweet fruit on the nose to this when you drink it. It's not bad. It's definitely drinkable. It's a lot better than all the other alt beers that I've had from America. So, that being said, congratulations. To me, you put this and put like Diebels next to it, Diebels is just going to beat the shit out of it. It's just such a good alt beer, and this one couldn't stand up to it, in my opinion, anyway. But this is still getting an 8 for me, because it definitely is tasty and it is drinkable. The only problem that I have, which most lager people will love, is the fact that the flavors from the beer stop as soon as you swallow it. There it is, gulp, gone. Nothing is residual. Excuse me. Nothing's residual. There's no residual sweetness or anything. It's just, boom, done. I kind of would like some kind of candied sweetness and stuff, like a faint bit of a Bock beer, that kind of faint sweetness that kind of resides, and a little. You won't talk about the alcohol burn, you won't talk about that, but just that little faint sweetness, kind of just that would be nice. Other than that, it's pretty good. If they just would have bumped up some of the dark malts a little bit and gave it kind of almost a candied sweetness to match, and a little bit more bitterness, actually, truly. If you would have matched the bitterness with some more bumped up sweetness, really, really, really good. But this is getting an 8 out of 10. The Southampton Public House Alt Beer